So let's talk about today's problem of the day, 3.7 or 3 7/10 times 8. Couple things I want to say about this problem. First of all, what most students automatically do, they just go into autopilot, is they try to attack this problem like they would for addition or subtraction by lining up the decimals. But remember that it's only important to line up the decimals in addition and subtraction because of that rule about addition and subtraction where you can only add and subtract the same kinds of things. The same isn't true of multiplication. In fact, since the beginning of time, when we multiply, all we've ever done is pass out numbers. Like, for example, if this didn't have any decimals at all and it was just the number 37 times 8, if I wanted to do a problem like this, I would pass that 8 out. First 8 would multiply times 7, 56, and I'd carry that 5. But then I would multiply again and pass 8 out to the next number. 8 times 3 is 24, plus 5 is 29. Okay, because of this idea that this number here is going to pass out to everyone up there regardless of their place, it really doesn't matter if my decimals line up or not. And so in fact, when I multiply decimals, I completely ignore the fact that this is a decimal problem, and I just multiply without the decimals, just like I did here. So I get this number, 296. Well, I call that decimal denial. So I do decimal denial, first of all, and this is not some technical math term, this is me just my little way of remembering it, but I ignore the decimals totally when I multiply. It's not till my final answer where I decide that I need to consider how many decimal places I need in my final answer. And so the way that you're going to do that is you're just going to count the decimal places. So take a look at your problem. How many decimal places are in the problem? Well, this is the only number with a decimal, and I just have one decimal place. So since there's one decimal place in my problem, there needs to be one decimal place in my answer. Back it up 1. And I get 29.6. And I hope this makes sense to you, because if I have something that's somewhere between 3 and 4 multiplying by 8, I would expect to get something between 3 times 8, which would be 24, and 4 times 8, which would be 32. And look at this, I get 29.6.